Hi, welcome to CashFlowPlus. The whole intention of this is to make a simple, easy to use spreadsheet for planning your cash flow. The money coming into your account and the money going out so that you can easily get an idea of what the balance will be at a certain amount of time out. To start with, the Start tab has some basic instructions of what you need to do. The starting point is here where we'll enter our starting cash balance and a date that we want to start. From there, going to either the CashFlow 90 or the CashFlow 12 tabs, you'll be able to see the starting balance that you entered and the starting date. The next step is to enter the recurring items that you want to see in your cash flow projections. Cash flow is set up for 5 recurring income items and up to 20 recurring expense items. For each item, you simply select whether it's an income or an expense. You can type in a description for each item. Income items need to be entered as a positive dollar amount, and expense items need to be entered as a negative dollar amount. Here you would enter the next due date, and then in the frequency column you're going to select how often this occurs. There are multiple options for the recurrence you need to make sure that your cash flow is properly projected. These are just some sample items that I've entered in for viewing purposes to help show how the tool works. So once you've entered in your recurring items here, you go to the first cash flow tab, which is the 90-day projection. Along the top of the screen will be the dates and the days of the week, starting with the first date that you entered in your cash flow start tab. All of the income items and expense items will be grouped automatically, alphabetically, based on the inputs that you put into the Inputs tab. The recurrence that you selected on the Inputs tab will show in column B, and each dollar amount will post into the column of the correct date and create a rolling cash flow balance. So the starting balance that you entered for day 1, plus any income items that occur on that date according to what you entered in the Inputs tab, and any expense items that occur on this date according to what you put into the Inputs tab, gives you a ending balance. That ending balance becomes the starting balance for your next day, and the cycle just repeats. The cycle repeats all the way up through 90 days. And you can see that in this particular example, if the actual spending is in line with what's been entered in the Inputs tab, this individual would have $1,592 left over as their ending balance on August 2nd, 2025. For a longer term view, I've added the 12-month rolling cash flow tab, which operates very similarly to the 90-day tab, with the exception of all of the income and expense items are going to be summarized based on the month that you see along the top of the screen. So based on the start date entered in the Start tab, the system automatically puts in that month and then puts in the subsequent 11 months, giving you 12 months total. And again, if this individual were to spend in accordance with the recurring items that they entered in the Inputs tab, they would have $5,736 left over at the end of the 12-month projection. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. I'm open to any suggestions or ideas. I hope that you find this tool as useful as I do, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.